Salutations, people of Earth. Today we're going to be doing something very different than usual. So today's the first episode of a new series I'm launching titled Creator Case Study, where I sit down with a successful creator and pick their brain and analyze their success. And there's a lot of different reasons for starting this series. The first one being it's just an excuse to sit down with another creator and talk to them, which is always fun. I also want to try to gain some lessons from their history, their mistakes, and their growth. And third, I want to try to gain some tips and tricks to help you in your career. So without any further rambling, let's go ahead and get into the first episode of the Creator Case Study. So today I'm sitting down with my buddy Beautiful OB, who runs a gaming channel that just surpassed 116,000 subscribers. So OB, I really appreciate you coming on and being my guinea pig for the inaugural episode of this project. How you doing, man?
Dude, I am doing fantastic. Thank you for having me, Andrew. It's always a pleasure to talk with you.
I guess the best place to start here would be maybe if you could explain to everybody who doesn't know what your channel is, a little bit about what you do. Maybe think of it like a short elevator pitch for your channel. Could you go ahead and do that for us?
I just do gaming videos that are targeted towards younger kids that don't have any cursing, high energy levels, and I just try to keep everything as family friendly as possible because I think that's really important, especially in today's YouTube algorithm. I feel like anything you do that steps outside of YouTube's line could be targeted against you. So I try to keep everything lighthearted.
Yeah, everybody who's a YouTuber knows that over the last year, 2 years, YouTube has been cracking down. So I think you made a good decision there. So let's go back a little bit to when you first launched your channel or when you first started uploading, because I think you've had your channel since 2006.
Something like that, yeah.
What was the goal that you initially launched with? Did you initially start out uploading with the intention of being family friendly, or is that something that you progressed to as you were kind of finding your niche and looking to grow on YouTube?
It's something I progressed to. When I first started out, I was the complete opposite for family friendly. I swore every other word, and I was kind of just, I don't know. I was trying to be someone I wasn't. I was inexperienced with making YouTube videos. I saw my favorite YouTubers who always, swore a lot, like Markiplier, and I don't know if you know who Dashy is, but he's another YouTuber who curses a lot. And it wasn't until about a year and a half of doing that I was like, this is kind of dumb. I just need to be who I am. And that's when I started getting like more kid friendly and happy.
Okay, so yeah, it really seems like it comes back down to that algorithm and being who you are.
Yeah, but I think because when you're starting a YouTube channel, you look at others for inspiration and you kind of like try to mimic what they're doing because it works for them. But then like after doing it for so long, you realize that this probably doesn't work for me. And that's when you find your own little carve out of YouTube, you know?
So on that note, carving out your own little section of YouTube, finding your niche, what do you think about your channel really sets you apart from other gaming channels on YouTube? Because gaming it's huge. There are so many gaming channels. What do you think you do differently that really sets you apart from those?
So I think the kid-friendly thing is a pretty big part. There's not a lot of YouTubers out there that don't swear at all. I also get pretty into role play. I play a lot of Lego games. One of them is called BrickRigs. And when I play it, I give the main character his own voice. I have other characters in there. They're not NPCs or just like random objects, but I made them into characters. I gave them a voice and a name and stuff like that. And the kids on my channel have really responded to it. For example, there's a tire that rolls around and I call them Mr. Tire. And the kids just fell in love with it. So I have heavy role play, heavy kid friendly, and just a lot of Lego games and younger games that younger people would like.
So if I'm understanding the mentality of children, it sounds like maybe it's that you are allowing them entry points into the world that you're creating there rather than just focusing on the game's narrative. I don't think BrickRigs necessarily has a narrative, but it's more of a sandbox. You're kind of allowing them to stretch their imagination and take part in the world that you're creating. And I think that's really cool.
Right, exactly. And they become a huge part of it. They love it. Every time I don't have like Mr. Tire rolling around or something, the kids would ask, where's Mr. Tire? Where's Mr. Tire?
So in the last question, you mentioned BrickRigs. So let's jump a little bit forward to your success. So what was the first video or series of videos that really hit with your audience and started to grow your channel?
BrickRigs.
Okay.
Well, because I do back in the day when I was first starting, I was doing 3 videos every single day, and I was trying every game that was coming out. So I was spending tons of money on different indie games, different AAA games, and I was trying everything. And I saw BrickRigs. I was on about page 20 of the Steam upcoming release games. I saw BrickRigs, and I knew, like, I just saw it and it clicked, and I knew that it was going to do well. So I actually I scheduled the day off of work that day, and I waited till the precise moment that BrickRigs released, and I bought it, and I made a really poorly edited 20-minute video of it, but I threw it up on YouTube with strong titles like Lego Simulator, Lego Gameplay, Lego this, Lego that. And that was a series that went from like getting 20 views per video to like 1 to 10,000 views per video, and then 100,000 views per video.
So I think I know what the answer will be for this question, but what do you think about that series made it successful? Why do you think people gravitated towards that? Why do you think the YouTube algorithm really favored that? What do you think was different from your previous content that really just made that one such a huge hit with your audience, or I guess brought you to a new audience?
Yeah. So I think about 2 years ago, before the whole demonetization thing, before the whole kid channels being kind of weird and pervy, I'm sure you heard about that stuff. Lego was a Lego was a giant search word, and I being a Lego game, you can tag for things that are outside of just gameplay. Like you can use like Lego tags or Lego toys, Lego fire trucks, Lego police cars. And I think using those kind of keywords, it kind of opens up your search, like it broadens you out for recommended videos. And I think that was what really helped. Plus, BrickRigs is about destroying like a Lego city or blowing up like Lego cars. And I think kids really respond to like the fun destruction without violence.
So I think something that's really important that a lot of YouTubers, including myself, can learn from is how you follow up a hit like you had with BrickRigs. So can you maybe share with us your insight into how you capitalized on that success and kept people coming back? Because I'm sure you didn't just say, okay, well, I'm just going to upload only BrickRigs.
Okay, so I knew BrickRigs was a hit. And when you get something like that, just like triples or quadruples your normal daily views, you know you got something pretty strong going. For me, it was BrickRigs. So I knew when I had that I would not be able to let BrickRigs fall off my channel until the game physically dies out. So it came out 2 years ago, November 2016, I think it was. And still to this day, I'm still playing it. I think it's very important that you still do at least one video a week on your most popular series to keep the audience who subscribe to you for that video coming back. And then it's also important, I think, to branch out to other games, because the last thing you want to do is become only a BrickRigs channel, because when BrickRigs dies, your channel dies with it.
I think we saw a lot of that with Minecraft. When Minecraft became less popular, a lot of the Minecrafting YouTubers kind of just fell by the wayside. They didn't know what to do at that point.
Yep, I'm not gonna say any names, but I have a friend who did only Planet Coaster. When Planet Coaster died, his channel went from like 500 or 5 million views a month down to like 90,000 views a month. He's basically a dead channel. He has to go out and get a real job now. Oh no. Every YouTuber's first nightmare.
Yeah.
Ark Survival, the same thing. I have another friend, 500,000 subscribers. He barely pulls in 1 million views a month now, compared to when he was pulling in 10 million views a month. So what I did with BrickRigs to make sure that didn't happen was I searched out other Lego games, like Lego City Undercover. I started tagging and title my BrickRigs gameplay for creative building. And then I would look for other creative building games too. So BrickRigs would be recommending, my other series to the same people. And that's what I've been doing, playing other creative building games.
Okay, I think that actually answered the next question I had, but I'll ask it just in case you have any other insight there. And it's basically, since you do continue to play the same game, how do you continue to keep your content fresh and exciting for your audience? Because I know doing the same thing over and over again can get kind of redundant, and people might say, oh, well, I've seen this 100 times. I don't need to come back. So other than changing the approach to your gameplay, is there anything else that you do to keep people coming back and keep them interested?
Yeah. So just recently I started doing a lot more heavy editing in my videos. For example, my BrickRigs from yesterday, I opened a portal by placing vehicles in a certain shape, and then I had my character jump in the middle of it. it doesn't really open a portal or anything, but I had him look down to the ground. And when he looks up, I had like a filter over my editing program. And I was like in evil Lego City. So I'm just doing like different editing techniques to kind of change what the game can be like, I guess.
Yeah, that goes back to what you were saying earlier and kind of allowing your viewers to use their imagination and really become immersed in this world. It's almost like they are now a part of it, which I think that's fascinating. I never would have considered that. I think that's really, really cool.
It took a long time to get here.
Before you really hit with BrickRigs, how long were you uploading videos?
About, I say, a year and a half to 2 years. I had about 2,000 videos. I was doing like 2 to 3 a day while working a full-time job. And I was struggling. But I went into this with like the hopes, like if I just keep grinding away, I'll get better. My videos will get better. And something will have to happen. I can't just pull out 3 videos every day and have nothing happen.
So do you think that if you had just started your channel with BrickRigs that you would have had this success? Or do you think those 2,000 videos that you did previously really led you to a point where you were prepared for that level of success? You knew the grind, you knew how to edit, you knew how to speak on camera. Do you think if this had happened earlier in your career that it would not have gone the way it did?
Right, I don't think so. Because if I would have just jumped into BrickRigs being my first video, it might have gotten a lot of views just because of SEO wise, but it wouldn't have been a good video. It would have gotten a lot of dislikes probably. It would have been kind of cringy. There would be no edits in it. I'd be swearing up and down. It'd be a totally different dynamic than what I am now. You know, the 2,000 videos gave me so much knowledge on what like is acceptable, what isn't acceptable. So I think I think the 2,000 videos helped tremendously.
Yeah, and I think that's a lesson that a lot of beginning YouTubers can take. You're not going to get overnight success, and even if you did, you may not want it. It may not be what you're actually looking for because you'll get the notoriety, you won't know how to deal with the hate, you won't have the quality content, you won't have the editing skills and everything. So I think that's something a lot of people can keep in mind. So I think that's some really great information you shared. I'm going to end with one last question, and this would be if you had a new creator sitting in front of you and you could only give them one piece of advice, what would that be?
It would be to just keep making videos with a very open mind. Like make a video, watch it back, and see the things that you think aren't that good. You know, try to be as unbiased as possible. When I watch my own videos, of course I love my own videos because they're my videos. But when I sit back and really take like an analytical look at it, I realize like, okay, maybe I should have edited this part out. Maybe this was dragging on too long or something like that, you know. And also research very heavily SEO. It's by far your best friend. And that's about it. SEO, and just keep making videos for practice. You know, practice, practice, practice. It makes it a world's difference.
That's awesome, man. So I appreciate you coming by, and I'm going to keep you here for a few more minutes. So my channel is mainly focused around audio gear, so I would be kicking myself after this if I didn't steal an idea from this podcast I listen to called the Podcast Engineering Show. And he does a quick fire round where you go through your audio rig setup from the microphone to your preamp to your interface to the processing you do in post. Can you go ahead and do that for us? Just give us a quick fire 90-second rig rundown for your audio.
Yeah, absolutely. So I used a Rode Procaster that is hooked up to a DBX 286S that does all my processing of the audio and stuff like that. And then I have it running into UMC B-Ringer.
Do you do any processing in post, any EQ, any noise removal, anything? Or is it just you rely on the DBX and then just sync it up and throw it out there?
So how I do it is I record all my stuff in OBS. Gameplay, audio, and then my mic audio, all on separate tracks, of course. And then the only processing I do with my vocals is I boost the decibels.
Okay, so you're just making it louder in post.
That's it. Just make it louder.
All right, and the last thing we got is going to be plugs. So what do you got coming up? Where can people find you and all that stuff?
So only place people can really find me is youtube.com/beautifulob. I'm basically strictly on YouTube. I don't really mess with Twitter too much. I do have a Discord channel, but I don't know the link off the top of my head. So there's that. But you know, just I have some other games coming up in the future. Like if you have kids, definitely send them my way because I'm sure they'll enjoy the content. I have the new Lego Incredibles game coming out middle of June that I'm very excited to be putting on the channel.
Awesome. Well, I personally can't wait to see it, and I think you're doing awesome work on YouTube. I appreciate you not being a negative influence on the youths, because people know I don't like the youths, and I think you're shaping them into better people. So thank you for doing what you're doing. Everybody who's watching, go check out Beautiful OB on YouTube, and we'll see y'all next time.
Sweet. See you guys.
Well, I think that's actually going to do it for today. I know this was completely different than anything I've ever done on this channel before. So if you enjoyed it or you got anything out of it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And also let me know what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, what you think I could improve on, or what guests you want me to have on in the future down in the comments down below. But on the other hand, if you absolutely hated the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. I won't hold it against you. This was my first interview, and I know it was rough. But if you do want more videos, you can click the logo beneath me, and I will also throw a link to the Discord server in the description down below. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.